Hey everybody, let's talk about what we have in store for the week of January 13th through the 19th. And so we start out this week with the Cancer full moon. Now, this is not only the first full moon of 2025, but it's also a moon that's very, very close to one of the major energies that started out this new year of Mars being in retrograde. Now, I think to kind of summarize all of this, 2025 has a lot of energy surrounding recognizing broken systems within our family units. Maybe it is toxic family members, maybe it's toxic belief systems that are inherited, traumas that are inherited. This is a year of recognizing them, bringing them to the surface, dealing with them, and healing them, because Jupiter is going to be moving into Cancer where it hasn't been for 12 years. Cancer, of course, being the sign of family. In the summer, it's going to be moving there. So there's going to be a lot of focus on that anyway for the year. But then we start out the first full moon of the year in the sign of Cancer. And full moons are a time when we let go and we release things that aren't working. But it's also a time when things really surface and come to the forefront. So at the time of a full moon, we're going to be seeing where issues and cracks are appearing. Maybe things that were hidden from us come to light. And so with this being that Cancer full moon that's taking on this energy of really pulling out those toxic wounds of family dynamics and bringing them to the surface, maybe this is going to be a time frame where these things are being illuminated to us. They're coming to the forefront of our mind a little bit more so. Maybe events happen that really test us and really bring that out into the forefront. So definitely we know that it's going to be a year where Jupiter is going to be healing this energy, but we got to have the realizations of it, and full moons are the times when we get that actualization and realization. Now, as we kind of move throughout the remainder of the week, Mars is kind of a player in some of the remaining energies of the week. Like on Wednesday, it is going to be opposing the sun in the sky. Now, when we have Mars, the planet of energy and determination, and it's the warrior within us, it's already retrograde, where it doesn't retrograde every year. It retrogrades every 2 years. And when it does, all of us kind of feel like our energy levels are like, low, and they're not working. We're not working. We don't have the energy to do anything, let alone assert ourselves and get things done. Or it can be on the other side of it too, where a lot of anger is coming to the surface as well. So when you have it opposing the Capricorn sun that's very controlled and regulated, when you have it opposing that, it can just really bring that latent anger to the surface. So you may find that there's a little bit of that energy going on anyway, because full moons are notoriously a time for crazy energy. Now, another thing that's going to be working with us too, not just because there's going to be issues that kind of come to the surface, irritations that come to the surface this week, we're fully aware of it, but we also have Venus out there in the sky making a square to Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is that planet that likes to get us outside of our comfort zones, areas that we're limited, areas that we need to grow. So when it squares up against Venus, especially when Venus is in Pisces, the dreamy sign of Pisces, it's going to be asking us what is getting in our way of really moving into our dreams. Now, that's something that definitely can come to the forefront as well under the energy of a full moon. So we may already be thinking of these things, these blocks that are getting in our way of getting the things that we want. But when we have Jupiter on its shadow side, making a tough aspect to the beneficial planet of Venus, it can make an impact on what Venus rules, and that is love and money, relationships and finances. And with Jupiter being the planet that magnifies these things, it may make that energy a little bit sticky this week in terms of recognizing where financial situations are. Maybe something happens that unexpectedly kind of blows those things up. It could bring relationship issues to the surface, especially with Jupiter being in the sign of Gemini right now. It's all about communication. Jupiter's saying that we are going to grow as long as we're communicating what it is that we're thinking and we're needing. And when it squares up against Venus, when it's in that romantically focused sign of Pisces, we may see where there's some conversations that revolve around romance, lack of romance, needing more romance, or just needing certain things in particular, right? That may cause some abrasion this week, I guess you could say, with relationships. Now, we have something positive, since we're kind of going into that, Pisces type season soon. And we're already talking about it because, we're seeing the faster moving planets moving in there like Venus. We're getting some of that love to Pisces. And this is really a year of Pisces as well, too, with these eclipses, where it's focusing on how and what we're doing to make our dreams a reality. Now, the sun in Capricorn is going to be making a really positive connection to Neptune on Friday, I don't have the date, probably the 14th or 15th. It's going to be making a really positive connection there. And as it does, it's going to be asking us, shining a light, right? We got the sun in Capricorn shining a light on what kind of plans we need to make, what kind of long-term goals we need to have to make our dreams become reality. That is Neptune, our dreams, our ability to dream. But these kind of things, even when it's a positive situation, it also has us looking to the negative as well about where are we maybe fooling ourselves into thinking something's better than it is? Where are we deceiving ourselves? Where are we lying to ourselves saying maybe, oh, I don't have enough education. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not blah, 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 whatever it might be. Those are the kinds of things that also come to the surface under this energy, but it ultimately is pushing us to grow, to keep dreaming, but not just keep dreaming, act on those dreams, because that's a big theme of 2025 as well, as we see that planet Neptune moving into Aries along with Saturn. And these are the two energies that I'm talking about right now with this energy that happens on Friday. I think we get a preview of that, about what we need to do to make practical steps to making our dreams reality, right? Definitely. You see how that's kind of a theme this week, but also, this year as well. So we also have, at the end of the week, we have the sun moving into the sign of Aquarius. We are moving into Aquarius season. Now, Aquarius is the sign of innovation. It's the sign of forward thinking. It's very socially minded, but it's also, ironically enough, a very independent energy. And it's focused on what it needs for the better good of itself, as well as the people around it. But it likes to be able to be its free, unique, independent self. So when the sun goes into this Uranus-ruled sign of Aquarius, it shines a light on how authentic we are living our lives. How authentic are we being to ourselves? How true are we being to what it is that we say we're going to do? Are we doing it? Or are we just saying we're going to do it? As the sun moves through here over the next month, it really shines a light on where areas in our life just aren't true to who we are anymore. What is it that we need to change to kind of step into that? And as we have this week with that full moon energy, this is going to be the best time to release things. So even if we're not physically releasing a relationship or a job or whatever it might be in this time frame, maybe it's releasing our attachment to it. That's the important thing this week, especially if it's attachments where family belief systems are coming in, where it's like, you could never do that kind of career. You're hearing like your mom's voice, or, your brother's voice, or something that's telling you, oh, you're never going to be able to do that. Maybe this is the time frame of starting to let those things go into that full moon. That's what we do. Because remember, those dynamics that we're trying to let go, that have hounded us, followed us our whole lifetimes, maybe even multiple lifetimes, with the energies of the people that we know as our family, this is the year where they really come to the surface and they can really be healed, especially traumas. So if you're wanting to release these things, this is going to be a week where those things come to the surface. So that's kind of it, right? This is kind of the gist of what this week has in store. Be sure to put your intentions into the full moon of what it is that you are ready to release, bringing what things have come to your mind that are repetitive cycles that you're kind of ready to let go of, focusing on what your emotions are telling you, and really putting those into this Cancer moon, because it tells us that when we listen to what our emotions are saying, the amazing things can happen, right? That's where shift and change can happen, is when we give value to what our emotions are and what they're telling us, because then we can communicate them better to the people around us and get our needs met, right? So, or take action on what we need to do. There's so much to it. So be sure to write out a list of the things that you're ready to let go of. What kind of outdated family systems are you ready to let go of? What kind of family beliefs are you ready to let go of? What types of energies in your own house are you ready to change? Are you ready to clean out your basement even in your physical home? Those are the kinds of things that, even just writing them down in the energy of this full moon, letting the universe know that you're willing and ready to let go of these things, it'll be able to bring something better back in its place. Absolutely. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you next time.